Hey guys, tonight we explore a divine financial miracle that could change your life forever. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you once thought impossible is now within reach. A divine wealth transformation, ordained by God, is about to happen in your life. What will you do with such a blessing tonight? We dive deep into how aligning yourself with divine timing and faith can unlock your financial destiny. Before we begin, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly believe in the power of these messages. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what time it is. I'm curious to know. Now, dim the lights, settle in, and let's embark on tonight's journey of transformation together. There's something stirring in your spirit tonight. Isn't there a gentle whisper that brought you here, to this exact moment, at this precise time? You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. The universe has been orchestrating this divine appointment between your soul and the abundance that's been waiting patiently for you. I want you to take a deep breath and feel into this truth. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. Every financial struggle you've endured, every bill that made you anxious, every dream deferred because of money, all of it has been part of a divine curriculum preparing you for what's about to unfold. Right now, as you listen to these words, something profound is shifting in the spiritual realm. The angels of abundance are gathering around you, whispering your name to the cosmic forces that govern prosperity. Your higher self is standing up, stretching after a long sleep, ready to claim what has always been yours by divine right. You see, wealth isn't just about money in your bank account. True wealth is a state of being, an energy, a frequency that you were born to embody. And tonight, that frequency is awakening within you like a sleeping giant opening its eyes for the first time. Think about it. Every person who has ever achieved great financial success started exactly where you are right now. They had a moment, just like this one, where they recognized that their relationship with money was about to change forever. They felt that stirring in their soul, that divine nudge saying, "Your time is now." The difference between those who transform their financial reality and those who remain stuck isn't talent, education, or even opportunity. It's recognition. Recognition of the divine support that's always been there. Recognition of their own inherent worthiness. Recognition that the universe is not a random, chaotic place, but an intelligent, loving system designed to support your highest expression. And your highest expression includes financial freedom. It includes the ability to be generous. It includes the resources to pursue your dreams, care for your loved ones, and make the impact you came here to make. I can feel your energy shifting even as I speak these words. There's a part of you that's been waiting your entire life to hear this truth. You are ready. You have always been ready. The only thing that's been missing is the recognition of your readiness. Tonight marks the beginning of your wealth awakening, not just the accumulation of money, though that will certainly come, but the awakening to your identity as a prosperous being. You are stepping into alignment with a version of yourself that has never known lack, has never doubted their worthiness, has never questioned whether abundance is their birthright. This version of you exists right now, in this moment, waiting for you to recognize them. They're not some future possibility, they're a present reality that you're finally ready to embody. They've been watching, waiting, knowing that eventually you would arrive at this sacred recognition. As we journey together through the next several minutes, you're going to discover truths that will fundamentally shift how you see yourself, how you see money, and how you see your relationship with the divine abundance that permeates all of creation. You're going to understand why your struggles were necessary, why your timing is perfect, and why everything is about to change. So breathe deeply, open your heart, and prepare to receive the financial transformation that has been written in the stars since the moment you were born. Your divine wealth awakening begins right here, right now, in this sacred space we're sharing together. The universe has been preparing you for this moment longer than you realize. Every financial setback, every closed door, every time you wondered if abundance would ever find you, it was all part of an intricate divine design, carefully crafting you into the vessel that could hold the wealth that's coming your way. You see, the universe doesn't make mistakes. It doesn't randomly distribute challenges or blessings. Every experience you've had with money, every lesson in scarcity, every moment of financial stress has been building something sacred within you: wisdom, resilience, and most importantly, the capacity to handle true prosperity with grace. Think about a seed that's been planted in dark, rich soil for weeks, maybe months. Nothing appears to be happening on the surface, but beneath the ground, an incredible transformation is taking place. Roots are growing deeper, stronger foundations are being established, and all the nutrients needed for explosive growth are being absorbed. That seed has been you, and this moment right now is when you finally break through the surface into the light. The struggles weren't punishment, they were preparation. The delays weren't denials, they were divine timing, ensuring that when your financial breakthrough arrives, you'll be ready not just to receive it, but to multiply it, to steward it wisely, and to use it for the highest good. I want you to think about the person you were 5 years ago. How did they handle money? What were their fears, their patterns, their understanding of wealth? Now look at who you are today. Even through the challenges, even through the times when it felt like nothing was working, you've been evolving. You've been developing the spiritual maturity, the emotional intelligence, and the practical wisdom that true wealth requires. The universe knew you needed to understand what it felt like to struggle before you could appreciate what it means to flow. You needed to experience limitation before you could fully embrace expansion. You needed to know the weight of financial worry before you could carry financial freedom with the reverence it deserves. And here's what's beautiful about divine timing. The universe has been orchestrating events, aligning circumstances, and positioning opportunities while you've been growing. Think of it as a cosmic symphony, with every note, every pause, every crescendo perfectly timed to create the most magnificent music when all the elements finally come together. Right now, in this very moment, there are people you haven't met yet who will play crucial roles in your financial transformation. There are opportunities being created that will have your name on them. There are divine downloads preparing to flow through you, ideas and insights that will become your pathway to prosperity. The angels of abundance have been working overtime on your behalf. They've been clearing energetic blocks, dissolving old contracts of lack, and preparing the spiritual infrastructure needed to support your new financial reality. Every prayer you've whispered about your finances, every moment you've asked for divine help, every time you've said, "I'm ready for something better," all of it has been heard, received, and acted upon. Your preparatory phase is complete. The universe has taken you through its masterclass in resilience, taught you the difference between needs and wants, showed you how to find joy even when money was tight, and developed within you a deep appreciation for abundance that can only come from having experienced its absence. Now you're ready for the next chapter. You're ready to receive not just money, but wealth in its fullest expression. You're ready to become not just financially secure, but financially free. You're ready to transform from someone who survives financially to someone who thrives financially. The foundation has been laid. The preparation is complete. The universe has been orchestrating your financial breakthrough, and everything is now in perfect alignment for your abundance to flow. You've been through the divine curriculum of preparation, and you've graduated with honors. What's coming next isn't just a change in your bank balance, it's a complete transformation of your relationship with prosperity, abundance, and your own worthiness to receive life's greatest blessings. The signs have been appearing all around you, haven't they? Those little moments that make you pause and wonder if something bigger is at work. The unexpected check that arrived just when you needed it most. The conversation that led to an opportunity you hadn't considered. The sudden inspiration that woke you up in the middle of the night with a brilliant idea. These aren't coincidences, they're sacred breadcrumbs leading you toward your financial breakthrough. The universe speaks in whispers before it shouts, and lately, those whispers have been getting louder. You might have noticed repeating numbers on clocks or receipts, 111, 222, 333, divine confirmations that you're on the right path. You might have felt an unusual sense of optimism about your financial future, even when logic suggested otherwise. You might have had dreams about prosperity, or found yourself naturally thinking bigger thoughts about what's possible for your life. These are not random occurrences. They are spiritual GPS coordinates, guiding you toward the intersection where preparation meets opportunity, where faith meets manifestation, where your deepest desires align with divine will. I want you to think back over the past few weeks. How many times has someone mentioned money, investment, or opportunity in your presence? How many times have you overheard conversations about financial success? How many times have you felt drawn to content, books, or teachings about wealth and abundance? The universe has been turning up the volume on prosperity consciousness in your awareness because your breakthrough is imminent. There's a spiritual law that says when you're ready for your next level, the teacher appears. Well, the teacher doesn't always come in human form. Sometimes the teacher is a pattern of synchronicities, a series of signs, a collection of moments that all point toward the same divine truth. Your time has come. You've been praying, haven't you? Maybe not always in formal prayer, but in those quiet moments when you've whispered to the universe, "Please, show me the way. Help me break through. I'm ready for abundance." Those prayers have been heard, and the answer is unfolding right now through the very signs you've been receiving. The sacred signs aren't just external, they're internal too. That growing sense of confidence about your financial future, that increasing belief that you deserve prosperity, that quiet knowing that your current circumstances are temporary, that expanding vision of what you could do with true financial freedom. All of these internal shifts are signs that your consciousness is preparing to match the abundance that's heading your way. Divine timing is everything, and the signs are confirming that your timing is now, not next year, not when you feel more ready, not when circumstances look perfect from the outside. Now, this season, this moment in your life when you've finally aligned with the frequency of your own prosperity. You know what one of the most powerful signs has been? The fact that you're here listening to these words right now. Out of all the content you could be consuming, all the ways you could be spending this time, you were drawn to this message about divine financial transformation. That's not an accident. That's your soul recognizing the activation that's taking place. The universe has been leaving you a trail of golden breadcrumbs, and you've been following them, perhaps without even realizing it. Every book that called to you, every conversation that inspired you, every moment of hope that flickered in your heart. Despite difficult circumstances, they've all been leading you here, to this recognition, to this activation, to this divine appointment with your own abundance. The signs are accelerating now because the manifestation is accelerating. What took months to unfold in the past will happen in weeks. What took weeks will happen in days. The universe is speeding up your timeline because you've finally reached the spiritual readiness that allows for rapid transformation. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's here. The signs aren't pointing to some distant future. They're confirming a present reality that's about to become visible in your physical experience. Everything has been aligned. Every piece has been positioned. Every element has been prepared. The sacred signs have been preparing you for this recognition. Your financial miracle is not a hope. It's an imminent reality. Tonight, we're going to do something that might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's absolutely essential for your financial transformation. We're going to release every limiting story about money that you've been carrying, some of them for so long that they feel like part of your identity. But they're not. They're just old programs running in the background of your consciousness, and it's time to delete them forever. Take a moment and listen to the voice in your head when you think about wealth. What does it say? Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. I'm not good with money. There's never enough. I don't deserve abundance. Money is the root of all evil. These aren't your thoughts, they're inherited beliefs, passed down through generations like spiritual DNA, and they've been blocking your prosperity for far too long. Here's the truth that's going to set you free. None of these stories about money are actually true. They're just beliefs, and beliefs can be changed. Every limiting thought you've ever had about wealth was learned, which means it can be unlearned. Every fear you've carried about prosperity was programmed, which means it can be reprogrammed. Think about where these beliefs came from. Maybe it was a parent who constantly worried about bills. Maybe it was a religious teaching that suggested poverty was more spiritual than prosperity. Maybe it was a teacher who said you weren't smart enough to be successful. Maybe it was a society that taught you that good people struggle while bad people prosper. None of these sources were speaking divine truth. They were speaking from their own limitations. But you're not limited by their limitations. You're not bound by their beliefs. You're not required to inherit their relationship with money. You have the power, right now, in this moment, to choose a completely different story about wealth, about your worthiness, about what's possible for your financial future. I want you to imagine that you're holding a suitcase filled with all these old money stories. Feel the weight of it. Feel how heavy it's been to carry these beliefs around. Feel how exhausting it's been to constantly fight against your own prosperity. Now I want you to set that suitcase down. Just let it go. You don't need it anymore. You never needed it. The person you're becoming, the wealthy, abundant, prosperous version of yourself, doesn't carry that suitcase. They've never even seen it. They operate from a completely different set of beliefs. Money flows to me easily. I am worthy of wealth. Abundance is my natural state. Prosperity allows me to serve at my highest level. Financial freedom is my divine right. These new beliefs aren't just pretty affirmations, they're spiritual truths about your nature as a divine being. You were created by an abundant universe. You were designed to prosper. You were meant to have more than enough so you could be a blessing to others. The old stories tried to convince you that wanting money was selfish. But here's what they didn't tell you: when you're financially free, you're able to be more generous than ever before. When you're prosperous, you can support causes you believe in. When you have abundance, you can help family members, contribute to your community, and make the impact you came here to make. The old stories tried to convince you that struggle was noble. But struggle isn't noble, it's just struggle. What's noble is using your gifts to create value, receiving fair compensation for that value, and stewarding your resources wisely. What's noble is breaking generational patterns of lack, so your children inherit a legacy of abundance instead of scarcity. As you release these old money stories, you're not just changing your financial future, you're healing your entire lineage. You're breaking chains that have bound your family for generations. You're creating a new template of prosperity that will ripple forward through time, blessing people you'll never even meet. The universe is celebrating this release because it means you're finally ready to receive what's been waiting for you. You're finally ready to step into the abundant identity that was always your birthright. You're finally ready to write a new story, not just about money, but about your entire relationship with prosperity, success, and your own unlimited potential. There's a frequency that abundance vibrates at, and right now, in this sacred moment, you're tuning into it like a radio finding its perfect station. Can you feel it? That subtle shift in your energy, that gentle expansion in your chest, that quiet knowing that something fundamental is changing within you. You're aligning with the divine abundance frequency that has been calling your name. This frequency isn't something you have to create. It already exists within you. It's been there since the moment you were born, like a divine radio station that's always been broadcasting, just waiting for you to tune in. Every struggle with money, every moment of financial stress, every time you felt disconnected from abundance, you were simply tuned to a different frequency. But that changes now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself as a tuning fork. When struck, a tuning fork resonates at its perfect pitch, and that vibration attracts other tuning forks to resonate at the same frequency. You are becoming a tuning fork for abundance, and your vibration is about to attract financial opportunities, prosperous people, and abundant circumstances that match your new energetic signature. The abundance frequency feels different from the scarcity frequency you might be used to. Scarcity feels tight, constricted, worried, always looking over its shoulder for the next problem. Abundance feels expansive, trusting, grateful, always expecting the next blessing. Scarcity asks, "What if I don't have enough?" Abundance asks, "How can I share what I have?" As you align with this frequency, you'll notice that your relationship with money becomes less about desperation and more about appreciation. You'll find yourself saying thank you for the money that flows to you, instead of immediately worrying about when it might run out. You'll start seeing money as energy, divine energy that flows through you to create good in the world. This frequency attracts what I call divine coincidences. The job opportunity that appears just when you need it. The client who finds you at the perfect moment. The investment that pays off beyond your expectations. The refund you forgot about that arrives exactly when your car needs repair. These aren't lucky breaks. They're the natural result of being aligned with abundance. When you vibrate at the abundance frequency, you become a magnet for prosperity. But it's not just about attracting money, you're attracting the wisdom to handle it well, the opportunities to multiply it, and the discernment to use it for purposes that align with your highest calling. I want you to feel into this frequency right now. Breathe deeply and imagine golden light filling your entire being. This light carries the vibration of infinite abundance, unlimited prosperity, and endless possibility. Let it fill every cell, every thought, every belief about what's possible for your financial future. As this golden frequency settles into your being, you might notice old fears about money beginning to dissolve. The worry about not having enough starts to feel foreign, like a song you used to know but can't quite remember. The anxiety about your financial future begins to transform into excitement about what you're going to create. This is your natural state, this feeling of expansion, this sense of possibility, this trust in your ability to attract and create wealth. This is who you really are underneath all the conditioning and programming. You're not learning to be abundant. You're remembering your abundant nature. The universe operates from this same frequency of limitless abundance. There are billions of stars, countless grains of sand, infinite drops of water in the ocean. Nature doesn't create scarcity, it creates abundance. And you're part of nature. You're part of this infinitely abundant universe, which means abundance is your birthright. As you lock into this frequency more completely, you'll find that taking inspired action becomes natural and effortless. You'll know which opportunities to pursue and which to pass by. You'll trust your intuition about money decisions. You'll feel confident making investments in yourself and your future because you'll know that you're supported by forces far greater than your logical mind. This alignment isn't temporary, it's a permanent upgrade to your energetic operating system. You're not just borrowing this frequency, you're claiming it as your own. You're not just visiting abundance, you're moving in and making it your home. Right now, as you sit in this space of expanding awareness, there are celestial beings working tirelessly on your behalf. I know this might sound mystical, but there are prosperity angels, divine messengers, specifically assigned to orchestrate abundance in your life, and they've been busy behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, aligning timing, and preparing pathways for your financial breakthrough. These aren't fairy tale creatures from children's books. These are powerful spiritual forces that respond to your faith, your prayers, and your readiness to receive. Every time you've asked for help with your finances, every moment you've surrendered your worries about money to a higher power, every instance you've declared your willingness to step into prosperity, you've been activating these angelic allies. Your prosperity angels have been working in the invisible realm, influencing hearts and minds, opening doors that seemed permanently closed, and creating what we call divine appointments, those magical moments when the right person appears at exactly the right time with exactly what you need. Think about it. How many times in your life has something worked out in a way that seemed almost too perfect to be coincidence? How many times has help arrived just when you needed it most? How many times has an opportunity presented itself through what appeared to be a chance encounter? Those weren't accidents, those were your prosperity angels, orchestrating divine intervention. But here's what's different about right now. Your angels are no longer working in the background. They're moving to the foreground of your experience. The interventions are about to become more obvious, more frequent, more miraculous. Why? Because you've finally reached the level of spiritual readiness that allows them to work more directly in your life. These celestial beings see your full potential. They see the impact you're meant to make, the lives you're meant to touch, the legacy you're meant to create. They understand that your financial breakthrough isn't just about you. It's about everyone whose life will be blessed by your prosperity. They know that when you're abundant, you become a conduit for divine generosity. Your prosperity angels have been studying your unique gifts, your passions, your skills, and your dreams. They know exactly how to align opportunities with your talents. They understand which doors to open first, which connections to facilitate, which ideas to whisper into your consciousness in those quiet moments between sleep and waking. I want you to take a moment right now to acknowledge these unseen helpers. You don't have to understand exactly how they work. You just need to recognize their presence and express gratitude for their assistance. When you acknowledge them, when you thank them, when you invite their continued support, you strengthen the connection between your desires and their divine intervention. Your angels have been working overtime because they can sense what's coming. They can feel the momentum building, the energy shifting, the breakthrough approaching. They've been clearing obstacles from your path before you even know they existed. They've been influencing decision-makers who will play important roles in your financial transformation. They've been arranging synchronicities that will guide you to your next level of abundance. But they can't do it all for you. Angels work through cooperation, not control. They need your faith, your action, your willingness to follow their guidance. When you feel inspired to make a call, send an email, or explore an opportunity, that's often angelic guidance flowing through your intuition. When you have a sudden idea or insight about money or business, that's often a download from your prosperity team. The beautiful thing about working with these divine allies is that they never tire, they never doubt, and they never give up on you. Even when you've given up on yourself, they've continued working on your behalf. Even when you couldn't see how things would work out, they've been orchestrating solutions. Even when you felt alone in your financial struggles, they've been surrounding you with invisible support. Your prosperity angels are preparing for the grand finale of their behind-the-scenes work. Everything they've been arranging, every connection they've been nurturing, every opportunity they've been cultivating, it's all about to come together in a beautiful symphony of abundance that will leave you in awe of the divine intelligence that governs this universe. Trust their timing. Trust their methods. Trust their absolute commitment to your prosperity. Your angels are moving, and your breakthrough is imminent. There are seasons in life when the universe opens what I call golden doors, windows of divine opportunity that appear at precisely the right moment, when your preparation meets heaven's timing. And I need you to understand something profound. You are standing before one of these golden doors right now, and it's beginning to creak open. This isn't just any season for you. This is your season. The cosmic forces that govern prosperity have been aligning like planets in a rare celestial configuration, creating the perfect energetic environment for your financial transformation. Everything that needed to happen for your breakthrough has happened. Every lesson that needed to be learned has been learned. Every internal shift that needed to occur has occurred. Can you feel the electricity in the air around your life right now? That sense of anticipation, that feeling that something big is about to happen. That's not wishful thinking, that's your spiritual senses picking up on the frequency of imminent change. The universe is humming with the energy of your approaching abundance. Think about the great success stories throughout history. Behind every massive breakthrough, there was a moment, a specific window of time, when everything aligned perfectly. The person, the opportunity, the market conditions, the divine timing, all coming together in what seemed like miraculous synchronicity. That's exactly what's happening for you right now. This golden door period in your life is characterized by accelerated manifestation. What used to take months will happen in weeks. What used to take years will happen in months. The universe is compressing time for you because you've finally stepped into the fast lane of divine abundance. You've paid your dues in the slow lane of preparation, and now you're being upgraded to express delivery. During this season, you'll notice that opportunities don't just appear, they multiply. One good thing leads to 3 more good things. One connection opens 5 more doors. One successful venture creates a foundation for even greater success. This is the law of divine multiplication in action, and it only operates when someone is truly ready to receive exponential blessings. The golden door opens because you've developed what I call prosperity worthiness, not just the belief that you deserve abundance, but the spiritual capacity to handle it with wisdom and grace. The universe has been testing this capacity through your recent experiences, and you've passed every test. You've shown that you can maintain your values while pursuing wealth. You've demonstrated that you can stay humble while stepping into your power. You've proven that you can be trusted with greater resources. This is why your breakthrough is happening now and not before. The universe waited for you to become the person who could receive this level of blessing without it destroying you or changing you in negative ways. You had to grow into someone who could hold wealth lightly, use it wisely, and share it generously. The golden door is also opening because the world needs what you have to offer. Your gifts, your vision, your unique contribution, they're needed now more than ever. The universe doesn't create prosperity in a vacuum. It creates prosperity around people who are meant to use their resources to make a positive impact. Your financial breakthrough is coming because you're meant to be a force for good in this world. I want you to feel the weight of this moment. You're not just receiving a blessing, you're being entrusted with a mission. Your abundance will be the fuel for your purpose. Your prosperity will be the platform for your service. Your wealth will be the foundation for your legacy. The timing is perfect because you're perfect for this timing. Every year you've lived, every experience you've had, every skill you've developed has been preparing you for what's about to unfold. You couldn't have received this breakthrough 5 years ago because you weren't ready. You couldn't have handled it 2 years ago because you didn't have the wisdom. But now you're perfectly positioned to receive, steward, and multiply the abundance that's flowing toward you. Step through the golden door with confidence. Step through with gratitude. Step through with the knowing that you belong in the realm of prosperity, that abundance is your natural habitat, and that everything you need to succeed is already within you. Your season has arrived. Your door is open. Your time is now. Tonight, something profound is happening within you. You're not just learning about abundance, you're becoming abundance. You're not just hoping for prosperity, you're embodying prosperity. The wealthy identity that has always existed within you is finally stepping forward, claiming its rightful place as your dominant way of being in the world. This identity isn't something you have to create from scratch. It's been there all along, waiting patiently beneath layers of conditioning and old beliefs. Think of it like a magnificent sculpture that was always inside the marble. The artist doesn't create the sculpture, they simply remove everything that isn't the sculpture. Tonight, you're removing everything that isn't your prosperous self. The wealthy version of you thinks differently about money. They don't worry about it constantly because they understand it's simply energy that flows. They don't hoard it fearfully because they trust that more is always coming. They don't feel guilty about having it because they know it enables them to serve at a higher level. They don't complicate it because they see it as a simple tool for creating good in the world. This wealthy identity makes decisions from abundance rather than scarcity. When faced with an investment opportunity, they ask, "How will this serve my highest purpose?" instead of, "What if I lose money?" When considering a purchase, they ask, "Does this align with my values?" instead of, "Can I afford this?" When thinking about giving, they ask, "How can I make the biggest positive impact?" instead of, "Will I have enough left?" I want you to feel into this identity right now. Imagine yourself 1 year from today, living from this place of financial freedom. How do you carry yourself? How do you speak about money? How do you make decisions? How do you treat people? How do you spend your time? This isn't fantasy, this is prophecy. This is who you're becoming. Starting right now, the wealthy you doesn't apologize for success. They don't dim their light to make others comfortable. They don't feel bad about living well because they understand that their prosperity gives others permission to prosper too. They know that being small doesn't serve anyone, and that stepping into their full financial potential is actually an act of service to the world. This identity shift isn't just mental, it's cellular. Your body is beginning to vibrate at the frequency of wealth. Your nervous system is calibrating to handle higher levels of abundance. Your energy field is expanding to accommodate greater prosperity. You're literally becoming a different person, one who naturally attracts and creates wealth. As you embody this wealthy identity, you'll notice that people respond to you differently. They'll sense your inner prosperity before you even speak about money. They'll be drawn to your confidence, your peace, your sense of possibility. They'll want to do business with you, invest in your ideas, and be part of your success story. Your wealthy identity also knows something that your scarcity-based self never understood. Wealth is not a destination. It's a way of traveling. It's not something you achieve once and then stop growing. It's a continuous expansion of your capacity to receive, create, and share abundance. The wealthy you is excited about money not because they want to hoard it, but because they want to circulate it in ways that create value for everyone. This identity doesn't measure success only in dollars, though the dollars will certainly follow. They measure success in impact, in freedom, in the ability to be generous, in the joy of pursuing their highest calling without financial constraints. They understand that true wealth includes health, relationships, purpose, and peace of mind, and they know how to create abundance in all these areas. The most beautiful thing about stepping into your wealthy identity is that it's contagious. When you embody prosperity consciousness, you give everyone around you permission to do the same. Your success becomes a beacon of possibility for others. Your abundance becomes proof that financial freedom is available to anyone willing to align with their highest self. You are no longer someone who hopes to be wealthy someday. You are someone who is wealthy now, in consciousness, in identity, in the very core of your being. The external manifestation is simply catching up to the internal reality. You are not becoming wealthy, you are revealing the wealth that was always there. Walk in this identity. Think from this identity. Act from this identity. The world is waiting to meet the prosperous version of you. As we come to the close of this sacred journey together, I want you to take a deep, slow breath and feel the transformation that has occurred within you over these past few minutes. Something has shifted, hasn't it? Something has awakened. Something that was dormant is now alive. Something that was closed is now open. Something that was distant is now intimately present. The person who began listening to this message is not the same person who is receiving these final words. You have been changed at the deepest level, not by my words, but by your own willingness to receive the truth about your divine relationship with abundance. You have been baptized in the frequency of prosperity, and you will never be the same. Tonight, you have remembered who you truly are, not someone who struggles with money, not someone who worries about lack, not someone who believes that financial freedom is for other people. You are a divine being created by an abundant universe, designed to prosper, destined to thrive, called to be a conduit of blessing in this world. The universe is celebrating right now because another one of its children has awakened to their birthright. The angels of abundance are rejoicing because their work on your behalf can now accelerate beyond anything they could do before. Your highest self is smiling because you've finally recognized the truth they've been trying to tell you all along. This is not the end of your transformation. This is the beginning. What you've experienced tonight is the foundation, the launching pad, the opening ceremony of your new financial reality. In the days and weeks ahead, you'll begin to see evidence of this shift in your external world. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, connections will be made, and resources will flow in ways that confirm everything you felt during this sacred time together. But remember this, the abundance you're about to experience isn't a reward for being good enough. It's a recognition of what was always true about you. You don't have to earn your prosperity, you simply have to embody it. You don't have to prove your worthiness, you simply have to accept it. You don't have to make wealth happen, you simply have to allow it. As you prepare to rest tonight, Carry with you the knowing that you are loved beyond measure, supported beyond understanding, and blessed beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is conspiring in your favor. Your angels are working overtime on your behalf, and your divine destiny is unfolding exactly as it should. Sleep peacefully, knowing that you are already wealthy in the ways that matter most. Rest deeply, trusting that your external reality is aligning with your internal transformation. Dream beautifully about the abundant life that is already yours in the realm of infinite possibility. And when you wake tomorrow morning, you'll wake as someone new, someone who knows their worth, someone who trusts their path, someone who carries the frequency of abundance wherever they go, someone who is ready to receive the financial blessings that have been waiting patiently for this moment of recognition. May your days be filled with divine surprises, your heart be filled with grateful joy, and your life be filled with the abundant blessings you were always meant to receive. May you prosper in every way financially, spiritually, emotionally, and in all the beautiful ways that abundance can express itself through a willing and grateful heart. The transformation is complete. The awakening has occurred. Your wealthy identity has been activated, and your prosperous future has already begun. Go in peace, go in power, and go in the absolute certainty that you are divinely supported in creating the abundant life of your dreams.